today. Many people are of the opinion that the wicket has cracks in it, that it will turn, and that the batsman will have to struggle for runs. Well, we'll have to wait and see. More of that in a moment.
An appeal for leg before and not out. A very confident appeal by the Australians, but not out.
That ball came back, and Boycott was caught unawares. Point of contact, I think, outside the off stump. Just. Remember, the point of contact to such delivery has got to be in line with the stumps. The ball has got to be going on to hit the stumps. The point of contact can be outside the off stump and a batsman given out LBW, provided the batsman doesn't offer a shot at it. But Boycott offered a shot at that. It was a good ball. It came back quite abruptly, possibly hitting a crack. And Boycott, I think, misled by the previous ball, expecting him to come back, played at that. He'd absolutely no need to do so.
At the far end, we're going to see Hogg. So Hogg will bowl to Gooch. Gooch is on 2. And a chance and caught. Magnificent catch by Yardley. Left-handed. Absolutely magnificent catch. Well, that was a catch and a half by Yardley at third slip.
Well, we've seen a few good catches in this match, but none better than that. The ball leaving Gooch. Gooch with that peculiar crouch across the wicket, forward, edge. Now watch Yardley come out of nowhere. That's Yardley's hand. And Yardley dives right across and finishes at the feet of Kim Hughes. Well, that was a catch, I would say, that would be on a par with the one we saw Trevor Loughlin take in the first innings, when he claimed the wicket of Randall.
Here's Randall coming in at number 3. Gooch caught Yardley. Bowled Hogg 2. Boycott not out 9. England 1 for 16. Let's see the dismissal again. This is a really great performance and a great piece of camera work too. Here's Frank Tyson.
Yes, it is indeed, because we see everyone who participated in this dismissal except Hogg. That's a fairly lofty edge. Gooch knows he's in danger, and there's that magnificent Yardley coming across to take that catch. Look, he finished up right underneath Kim Hughes there.
So the top scorer in the first innings is coming in now in a critical situation. No runs have been added to the overnight score. England now wants 154 to win, 9 wickets in hand. Hogg, a wicket in this innings with his first ball today. He has 1 for 7.
That'll give Hogg a lift.
And through the covers, a bold stroke by Randall out towards the boundary. Outfield very slow. It's Toohey fielding. And 2 only. Now, that was pretty well timed, that shot, but it had no chance of reaching the boundary. The outfield here, throughout this match, has been surprisingly slow. And down to fine leg. There is a fieldsman here, that's Hurst. A single only, and he missed field, but they're not going for 2. They're quite happy with the single. Now Hogg to Boycott. Toohey. So England at 1 for 23, requiring 170 to win the game. So now it's 147. 147 to go. Batsman out today was Gooch. Caught Yardley, bowled Hogg for 2.
Oh.
Boycott not really happy about that one. He seemed to take his eyes away. He's got to run.
Yes, it got up a little bit suddenly for Boycott's liking. And as you can see, he's playing a bit low, and then he has to get up very quickly there, and he took his eye off the ball. There was no short leg fieldsman there, however, and no danger. But had there been a man there short at backward, square leg, then he would have been in with a show of being caught. But he survives.
So Boycott 14, and there's the total, 1 for 24. Hogg to Randall. And the hook shot, but not quite onto it. They've taken a single. Hurst coming round. Hurst very strong throwing arm, but Randall goes on to 4 now, 1 for 25.
And do you notice that Randall is just playing his normal game? Just like that. He didn't hit that particularly well, but he's playing sensibly, because you could easily get bogged down in a situation like this where you know you have just a small number of runs to make in terms of the 4th innings. You could easily say, well, we'll grind them out. And that would allow the fielding captain to put pressure on you, but not Randall. He's just going to play normally, which is sensible.
Going for a single, and to Wood, a shot at the stumps at the far end. He just missed, and again, perhaps I think Boycott made it. He's a very good judge of a run. And beautifully driven. That's getting out towards the boundary. There's plenty on that. I don't think Tui will catch it. The ball's slowing down, but Tui won't make it. And that's the first boundary we've seen this morning.
Well, that was a supremely confident shot. His foot wasn't to the pitch of the ball. He hit the ball more or less on the up. There he goes. And the ball's, you see, pretty high. Half stump high when he made contact. He hit through the line of the ball. A real form shot, that. It's pretty wide, too. And his foot was nowhere near it at all, was it? It was a good 2 feet from the line of the ball and the pitch of the ball.
Randall 12, 1 for 37. And the hook shot, it's straight to Wood. It wasn't a catch, but well down to the ground, but it went straight to the fieldsman, and that saved 4 again. I think there was plenty on that. They're going for a run here. Tui, a shot at the stumps. If he hits him, he's out. He's out. Let's pick that on the way. Boycott run out. Sensational. A magnificent throw from Tui.
Oh dear, and Boycott's coming back to the pavilion. He's got to pass Randall. I wonder what he's going to say.
Well, what does Randall say about that? Boycott, a sensational dismissal. He's the key man, England's #1 batsman, run out for 16. That throw from Tui had to hit the stumps.
Well, here it comes. Tui's pickup. Return on its way now. And Boycott's there. His bat is in the air. The wicket is down, and his bat was not even down when the wicket was struck. That was a great throw from Tui.
Really in, 2 wickets down. Australia must come in with a chance.
It's changed the complexion of the game completely, because now it's put the pressure on the lower batsman. And the lower batsman, Gower, and both of them, are both stroke players, and as to how they will respond to having to play under pressure, I don't know.
Well, here's the first important change of the morning. Spin coming in the shape of Yardley. Now let's look at the effect of that run out on Randall. He wouldn't be at all happy about that. And a sweep shot, a beautiful shot. That's 4. Well, that was a very confident shot from Randall. He got that right in the meat of the bat. Out to square leg for 4, and Randall on to 16. And the total moving to 41, and we say good morning here in Brisbane to Keith Miller.
And good morning, Norman May and viewers. And that stroke, it looked as though he's seeing the ball so well, it seemed to come off about the middle stump. He switched it around.
And they take a single. Let's push wide at mid-on, so Randall on to 17, 2 for 42.
Yes, Boyk, I'm just wondering whether Brealey's the right man to be in at this stage, because they've snowed him under now. There's 4 men right around the bat, and he's not an aggressive player.
And he gets a run. That was a good-looking shot. They'll get a couple here. Let's flick through the mid-wicket area. They take 2. So Brealey is 2, Randall 17, 2 for 44. And that's the end of the first over from Yardley. Well, Hurst to go on from this end. He'll bowl to Randall. Good ball, purple leg before, and not out. Look at Hurst. Now, was there a bit of bat there?
Well, I don't know whether he hit the ground. I heard something. He could have hit the ground. Now, let's have a look at this one very closely, because it's a very vital one, this. Well, you saw it, I saw it. I don't think he hit the ball, and his foot wasn't very far forward, and hit it very low, just about ankle height. There you go again, and, well, I think if I was a bowler, I'd be a little annoyed like Hurst was.
And again, this time not out. Well, he tried to turn that ball to square leg. Let's watch this one closely.
Here he gets over too far and he finds he's got to reach around the corner for this one. You know what's this? He's gone back. Now he goes forward. Now what's this? Now he gets over too far and then he's got to come inside. Look at that. Well, you're the judge again. I'm saying nothing. I'm getting a bad judge. My eyesight must be going. Late last night we had one of those very dubious decisions from the same umpire.
This time they take a single, and Randall to 18, 2 for 45.
He's found the wide open spaces this time on the onside. It's a sprawling dive, all in vain. And they've already turned for 2, coming back for 3 now, and a good chance here. Can they make it into 4? Yes, Brearley says yes, and they've all run 4. Just a ripple of applause there as the 50 came up. England now 2 for 53. Gone for the sweep, and he's middled that all right for 4 runs. Misfield just behind there. Allowing Brearley just 1 run.
This one he swept from the stumps. It's not nearly as safe a shot, I don't think, as the one before. It's got the bottom edge to it, though, and he's got away with it.
I don't know what the rule is on cutting over here, Bob. At home it's every other day as far as we're concerned. That will be I suppose the 1st, 3rd and the 5th.
Yes,
but then you've got a rest day in between.
That's right.
Oh, it's delicately placed. Allowed that to come on. Now spinning that. Steered away very nicely by Randall. Won't go through for 4, but Brearley's done particularly well here because he's made it into 3 for Randall. Good running by the England captain.
Replay here. Randall, very nice back cut.
That's the position as Higgs comes on. 101 England require, 8 wickets in hand. And still plenty of time.
Jim Higgs, a good spinner of the ball.
So Randall on 30 now, Brearley on 11, 2 for 69. Oops. Yeah, it was a useful first baller, as they say.
So that's certainly spun. Let's have a look at it. Randall thinking about pulling and had to change his mind. It caught him by surprise, the spin there. That certainly did spin, that one. Let's have another look. Not pitching in the rough either, and bouncing. This is the difference, of course, Jim, isn't it, between the off spinner in this country and the leg spinner.
Beautiful delivery. What the leg spinner is looking for, pitched right on target, turned and lifted. And Randall very comprehensively beaten there. So we're back to the quicker, more orthodox finger spin of Bruce Yardley. He's fairly mowed that round from outside off stump. Not quite middled it, but collects 2 for it.
It was certainly a long way outside the off stump then. And short.
And he's gone. Up goes the umpire's finger. He's gone for the cut. And fallen really to the one. There again, push through. Little outside edge. The wicketkeeper snaps it up. Really is gone. And England are 3 out for 74.
Let's have a look at the replay here now. Brearley going across the cut. Ball kept very low, as we'll see, and that's a good catch by Johnny McLean. I may have even got a bottom edge, it was so low.
Yardley going to switch to around the wicket for the left-handed Gower.
And 2 slips, which is surprising. I would have thought there'd be a call for a extra man on short leg there instead of the 2 slips.
Well, got that one to straighten up. Possibly striking a little bit of bowler's rough there. Higgs now to Randall.
That went through pretty quickly, Jim.
Yes, and turned and lifted. I must say I was very impressed with Jim Higgs here before lunch. I have not seen him bowl for 3 or 4 years. But really looks a fine bowler. Oh, that's beaten deep square. Didn't counter there for the spin. Spun away, and it brings Randall 4 runs. That's a quicker one, chopped away to short third, easy single for Gower.
There it is again. He does love that shot, doesn't he? It gets him out a few times, but he plays it pretty well.
Brings him a lot of runs too. I suppose you've got to equal it out in the end.
Yes, I was only saying to him the other night that when you play that shot in Australia, you've really got to allow for the extra bounce of Australian wickets.
And that's beaten square leg this time, the sweep by Randall. Nicely picked up by Higgs on that square leg boundary. So Randall goes through for 2, and a good throw coming in.
There it is again, well controlled by Randall, rolling his bat over the top of the ball and keeping the ball right along the ground.
And that's a glorious shot. First time he's been driven really through that extra cover boundary. And once again, they can't get any more than 2 because the outfield is still pretty lush in that far corner.
Just another demonstration of how good a front foot player Randall is.
And a no ball of all things.
Bring up the 100. Oh, that was very wide.
There's a gift, and a nice gift to get to take you through to 50. So Derek Randall, for the 2nd time in the match, goes through to 50. This time via a leg sweep off the bowling of Yardley.
Oh, that was really very, very wide down the leg side. Look at John McLean there going across.
Goes here too. In turn, he's going to come around the wicket to him.
Oh,
that's flushed away, wider slip. That'll race through. I'm quite sure for 4. Oh, went like a rocket off the edge of the bat there. Gave Yallop no hope at all at slip.
Well, so far, that shot of Gower's, which you saw again there, has brought him more heartburn than runs. He really did flash very hard at that. It was past Yallop like a rocket.
A more controlled dab this time brings him a single.
Higgs bowling at the moment has no wicket for 22.
Was flighted and driven very firmly through the offside by Gower. Just be pulled up all right. And in fact, only 2 runs will accrue for it. Higgs again, round the wicket to David Gower. In the rough and driven firmly, and a little straighter this time. Glorious shot there by Gower. The challenge is taken, and that's gone through for 4.
Well, you couldn't wish for a better off drive than that.
So England down now to requiring just 46 to win. 7 wickets in hand, plenty of time. Good call in by Randall, quick to see the single.
The 50 partnership between these two has been hoisted, and it came in 52 minutes.
Hogg again to Gower. Got it into position very nicely there. Much better movement of the feet. Turned it away, quite glorious of his legs. And again, these two running really beautifully between the wickets. And they get 3 runs for it. Randall's turn now to face Hogg. That's struck again quite gloriously off the back foot. A bit of a sting taken out of it. Otherwise, I'm quite sure that would have been 4. But once again, they've made 3 out of it.
And big hit. That could be 6. That's a mighty hit out there. Let's see. It's, yes, over. Over the top. Umpire signal 4, but I'd say that was definitely 6. It cleared the fence definitely, and they're indicating over there it should be 6. They're calling back to the umpire. There was no doubt in my mind. It went over the top clearly.
Yes, Bruce Yardley indicating to the umpire 6. He was out there saying 6. There it is. And there was no doubt from here, Norman, and we're in a higher position, of course. Here's the replay.
Well, we can follow this ball, you'll see it, won't you?
Well, outside the off stump. Here it is. Now have a look at here from this angle. Just follow it all the way through. Bang. Great hit. Beautifully timed. No need to run there. And fieldsman after it. Yeah.
We can see the ball coming down, and let's see, it is, we see the fence behind it, I should think.
Yes, it's definitely 6.
And in the air, and it could be caught. No, dropped. Dropped by Wood.
Let's have a look at the replay. Higgs here bowling it wider, a googly. Gower not picking it, trying to drive. Well short of it. Well short, and outside edge. Graham Wood diving past the ball.
And Gower gets a single. Three for 168, 2 to get. Gower 45, Randall 74, and that is Gower 46 in fact, and that's the end of the over. Well, to continue, it will be Hogg. There's no letting up by the Australians. Going to play this out right to the last run, the last ball, and Hogg will bowl to Gower. And that's down to the third man. They might think of running 2 here. Gower coming back for the second. That's the winning run. The match is all over. England has won the first test by 7 wickets. Randall not out 74. Gower not out 48, 17 sundries, 3 for 170.
This has been a fine test match. The battle for the Ashes has been just that. But it's been played in tremendous spirit, and the men most responsible for that have been the captains Graham Yallop and Mike Brearley. Let's now join Peter Mears with Mike Brearley.
Well, Mike, congratulations.
Thank
it's
you
the
very
first test win by England against Australia in Brisbane since 1936.
That'll do.
It's your 14th test as skipper, and it seems you haven't lost a test in the 14 you've been captain of the England side since 1976. You're out for 13 today, but it seems to have been a lucky number.
Well, I'll settle for it in the circumstances. No, we've got a very good side, and it's a very nice side to play with. And it was a good match, wasn't it?
It was a tremendous game,
great
a real
match.
test.
I mean, and yesterday's cricket, when we were trying to winkle the Australians out and they were battling through, and Kim Hughes and Graham Yallop played those great knocks, it was fantastic cricket.
Got a few injury problems, Bob Willis in particular with his feet. Will he be okay for Perth?
Well, I doubt if they'll be any worse than they've been during this match. I mean, he's got a week off anyway, or a week, 9 days off, and they'll be much better. He did a great job for us.
Well, apart from this game, you've been in tremendous touch with the bat yourself. Have you given any thought to opening the innings with Geoff Boycott?
Oh, we've given it thought from time to time. I haven't bothered to think about it now. We've just been thinking about this one match, you know, and we've got this side, and I'm sure it was the right side we picked.
Tremendous spirit in this side and very fit.
Yes, Bernard Thomas reckons we're the fittest side he's ever had anything to do with, and he's largely responsible probably for that.
The young fellas have come through very well, Botham and Gower in the second innings.
See, David Gower got 2 40s in the match, and people were saying, you know, was he good enough? Should he be picked and all that? And he's done jolly well. And Ian Botham, magnificent.
Well,
and Derek Randall above all, of course. I should mention him.
You've written a book on the last series. Are you writing one on this series?
Yes, I am. It's underway on tape. Yes.
You said Jeff Thompson concentrates the mind wonderfully. Does Rodney Hogg do the same?
Yes.
Is he as quick as Tomo, or?
Well, look, I don't want to make too many comments about that. He's pretty quick, Rodney. I mean, and Alan Hurst. They're pretty sharp.
Well, let's
slippery.
look forward to Perth, completely new city, new kind of pitch, and perhaps a new team for England and a new team for Australia.
Well,
Perhaps there might be a change or two, do you think?
Well, really, we haven't started to think about that. We've got a match against Western Australia, which we're looking forward to. I thought Perth was a great place to play cricket the last time I was there, and we're looking forward to playing there.
Well, the beer strike's over in Brisbane. I imagine you can unwind now and relax. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Graham Yallop. Bad luck, Graham, but a tremendous debut. A century in your first test against England. A real ordeal for you, having failed in the first innings. How's the feeling now?
Well, I feel that the players are still very confident, Peter.